First thing I remember knowing was, in case you didn't know, baby.
Howdy everybody, welcome back to FD Stages. This is your igorot guy Freddy. Kumusta kayo amin? Kumusta manin parang isbuyo? Today I'm gonna be sharing my top 20 country songs of all time. We all know that country music is quite big in the Cordillera, and it all began during the American colonization period. The American Rangers, Scouts, and soldiers introduced their culture, their food, and their music to our forefathers, and surprisingly, they liked it and they adapted it and made it our own until today. The result is we adapted with a cowboy style because it matches enough with how we live, how our forefathers lived here in the region. As a result, our local singers sang country music. Our radios played country music. And until now, we still have that sense of loving the music genre. And so I have here a list of 20 country songs of all time. I know that 20 is not enough to put all the songs that are great, but I just chose 20 of them and I'm just gonna share it to you. Let's start.
Islands in the stream, that is what we are. No one in between. How can we be wrong?
At top 20, Islands in the Stream by Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton. Two of the most important people in country music, powerful and lovable. Islands in the Stream is a very memorable song for me as a child, and I was growing up. It was so famous during the 90s and even until today that people are singing it on karaoke's.
It made the dream come true. If I had only one friend left, I'd want it to be you.
Coming at 19 is One Friend by Dan Seals. Dan Seals is one of my favorite country singers of all time. He was so good, and One Friend has a lot of meaning in it, and I could relate as a kid and as a teenager. I had a lot of experiences before about friends and about family that I could relate with until now, so One Friend is certainly at the top. Coming at top 18 is Looking for Love by Johnny Lee.
I was looking for love in all the wrong places, looking for love in too many faces.
Looking for Love is the song from which the first time I heard a strong male voice in a very good song. And when I was a teenager, and teenagers, as we know, has a lot of love things in the mind, and so this song was memorable and I used to listen to it most of the time.
I told you so.
At top 17 is I Told You So by Randy Travis. This is a legendary song that created a lot of versions that almost all of people know about here in the Cordillera.
Oh, I believe there are angels among us, sent down to us from somewhere up above.
Angels Among Us by Alabama was one great hit here in Benguet in the Cordillera during the 90s, and it created a religious sense, a great message, and a powerful story along with the song.
On the road again, going places that I've never been, seeing things that I may never see again.
On the Road Again at top 15 by Willie Nelson is one of the most iconic songs in country music, and I really appreciate this song. And I heard this song a lot back when I was a child, and the first radio which played country music, 99.9 Country, which was Magic 99.9 at that time, kept on playing this song, and eventually it was written in my mind and in my heart.
Just let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show, and you'll know what I mean.
Bellamy Brothers, Let Your Love Flow. I didn't even have lyrics on me, but I certainly can sing the song without any copy because this was a hit. And Bellamy Brothers, one of the great singers that have been recognized here in the Cordillera Administrative Region.
From this moment, as long as I live, I will love you. I promise you this.
From This Moment by Shania Twain is, I think, the most iconic female. It was not only a song, but it was used at a lot of events like weddings here in the region, as it became an icon song for love. At top 12 is Forever and Ever, Amen.
Oh baby, I'm gonna love you forever, forever and ever, amen.
Randy Travis is one legend, and this song can be used for a lot of things. You can just listen to it, you can use it for praying, and boom, what an iconic song.
Filled my eyes when I found out she was gone. Smoky Mountain rain keeps on falling. I keep on calling.
Ronnie Milsap, Smoky Mountain Rain, one of the first songs I liked so much in our local language. And as I've discovered it in English, I even liked it more.
You got to know when to hold up, know when to fold up, know when to walk away, and know when to run.
The Gambler by Kenny Rogers. This song is really and truly great here in the region, and it's one of the earliest songs that I tried to sing even though I couldn't sing. I used to hear folks say the gambler to people who actually gamble. Top 9, Mama Tried by Merle Haggard.
And I turned 21 in prison, did life without parole. No one could steer me right, but Mama tried, Mama tried, Mama tried to raise me better.
This was one of the older songs that is very, very memorable for me. This song has great message. This song tells a very, very valuable story. It has great melody, and the person who sang this, Merle Haggard, is truly a legend.
I keep the ends out for the tie that binds, because you're mine. I walk the line.
Top 8, I Walk the Line by Johnny Cash. Also one of the older generation of country songs, but still it transcended into decades that people still are listening to it, including myself.
The only dream that mattered had come true. In this life, I was loved by you.
In This Life by Colin Ray. This is what is really, really good with country music, that 95% of the songs are about life, about values, about love, and anything else that is very, very essential for our soul and for who we are as a human being. In This Life is truly one of my most favorite songs. I still have these songs in my compact discs. Back when CDs were so famous, I had a lot of collections of country music, kept them in my drawer, and listened to them often.
You're my bread when I'm hungry. You're my shelter from troubled wind. You're my anchor.
You're My Best Friend by Don Williams at top 6. This song is my father's most favorite song. He loved it, and I learned how to love it too. And so it became one of my most favorite songs of all time, including Don Williams as one of my most favorite country singer of all time. At top 5 is Country Roads, Take Me Home by John Denver.
Country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia.
I guess everybody knows this song, even those people who do not really go into country music. They know this song. This is one of the symbols of country music. It's just amazing. It's an icon song for country music.
I cross my heart and promise to give all I've got to give to make all your dreams come true. In all the world.
At top 4 is George Strait's I Cross My Heart. I cross my heart in promise to. That's what Iboloy say, in promise to. Across My Heart is a great love song, great life song. It's coming from one of the kings of country music, George Strait, just icon. At top 3 is Brooks and Dunn's Neon Moon.
If you lose your one and only, there's always room here for the lonely. Watch your broken dreams dancing out of the beams of a neon.
So this song is the #1 song of the first compact disc that I ever had. And so it's so memorable for me that I memorized every single lyric, and I truly value this song. At top 2 is Unanswered Prayer by Garth Brooks.
Sometimes I thank God for unanswered prayers. Remember when you're talking to the man upstairs.
Garth Brooks is one of the kings of country that I consider, and he has a lot of songs that I love. Unanswered Prayer comes on top, and what the song says is what really matters for me. A song's gotta make sense, right? It has to say something valuable. It has to say something helpful for you and for our younger generations, and this song is one of them. And before we go to my top 1 country music of all time, I just want to cite some honorable mentions.
You fill up my senses like a night in the forest. 'Cause I got friends in low places where the whiskey drowns and the beer chases my blues.
Won't you meet me in Montana? I want to see the mountains in your life.
But here in the real world, it's not that easy at all. I could have missed the pain, but I'd have hated to miss the day when that sun is high in that Texas sky. I'll be bucking at the county fair. Amarillo by morning. There goes my life. There goes my future. Dim the lights, lock the door, spread your pictures on the floor. Blow the dust off of our past, let it all come flooding back.
And the #1, which I consider the top country song of all time, is
Remember when old ones died and new were born, and life was changed, disassembled, rearranged.
Remember When by Alan Jackson. I know that it's a newer song that came in the 2000s, but this is one iconic song as far as I'm concerned. During the 2000s and the 2010s, people actually called it the Cordillera National Anthem. It was because it was very famous during that period. Everybody was playing it, the radio was playing it, everybody was singing it, including myself. Well, it's a slow song, but it tells a very, very important message of love, life, the reality, and how we just live our life, and how we should just love and value our family and our loved ones. And that's how I make my top 20 country songs of all time. As I have said, top 20 is not enough. It's never enough. I had a lot of choices for top country songs of all time. How about you, Kakailians? What are your top 20, top 10, top 1 country song of all time? Let me know in the comment below. I'm excited to read what your most favorite country songs of all times are. Until then, if you want to see more videos like this, comment down below. Thanks so much, Kakailians, for your support. Thanks so much for watching. Salamat. Un gabagabay kito matago-tago takoam in. See you again on the next video. Cheers.